I am going to talk about the probability of cheating in casinos. First of all, I am going to talk about the probability space, and then I am going to talk about the Laplace probability space. Thirdly, I am going to talk about the independent and conditional events. And after that, I am going to show you my research question. And then I am going to show you some games that are going to answer my research question. Finally, I am going to show you my reference. What is a probability space? The probability space is confirmed by two things. The first thing is a random experiment, but what is a random experiment? It is an experiment that we don't know which is going to be its result. And the second thing it is the sample space, that it is a set of all the possible results of the random experiment. The Laplace probability space. This is a normal probability space, but it has a formula, and that is like the thing that make that is special. This is the formula that it is the probability of a certain event A, that it is the number of outcomes in favor for A divided by the numbers of outcomes of the sample space. Okay, let's make an example. Like, I don't know, do you have a dice? Imagine that do you have a dice. So you are going to throw it. The random experiment, it is going to be uh, the throw of the dice, and the sample space is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I want the event that I want to have a 6. So the number of outcomes in favor of A is equal to 1, and the number of outcomes of the sample space is equal to 6. So the probability of A that it is to have a 6 is 1/6. Now, the independent and conditional events. What is an independent event? An independent event is, like the title said, that there are two events that don't depend each other. So they have this formula that it is the probability of the event A and B is equal for the probability of A multiplied by the probability of B. What is a conditional event? It is one event that it depends of the other one, and it has this formula that it is the probability of A given B is equal to the probability of A and B divided by the probability of B. And you are going to ask me, like, why are you telling me these formulas if I am not going to use it? But well, it is true that you are not going to use it, but the idea of the probability is that it is going to be more intuitive than mathematical. So I am going to tell you about how the things function, but you can make the calculus in your mind, and it is going to be more intuitive that you have to write it in a piece of paper. Okay. This is my research question that it is, what are the different ways to cheat in casinos using the probability theory? Okay, the idea is that you want to cheat in a casino, but no using the formulas and writing, because if they see it, they are going to kick you out of the casino. For that, I am going to show you some examples of some games, because they have the same idea of how to cheat in a casino. The first game is Blackjack, the game that all of us you are going to know. The game that you have two cards, and the idea is that you have to reach to 21. The idea of cheating this game is to counting cards, that it is, you have your cards and you can see at least one card of each partner. So you are going to see it and you are going to take in count um, which number they have. So if you want a 9 to get 21, and you know that all of your partners, no, I don't know, 3 partners have 3 9s, it is the probability 0 because there are 4 9s in a card. It has a conditional probability for the thing that I told you before, that you have to take in account the cards of your other's partners, and the probability of cheating is for 0.46%. The next game is the roulette. It is a game that you put a small metal ball in a roulette, and it has to get into a small pocket that has a number. There are 3 types that are 1 0, 2 0, or 3 zeros. It functions with the unexpected value, that it is a value that you expected that has to be like that. This is the formula, but it is not necessary to use it. You only have to count like the pockets and the numbers of each pocket. There are independent events because it doesn't matter the bet of your partners, of if there are a lot of numbers in the roulette, because it only depends in your bet. And the probability of cheating is 5.26%. The third game is Cacho. Cacho is a game that you have 5 dice and you are going to put it in a cup. You are going to mix it and you are going to put it in a table, but you are the only guy that is going to see which numbers has the 5 dice. The idea is to try to guess the numbers or of certain dice, and if you fail, they are going to kick out a dice of your cup. The idea is to count the number of dice every game. Yeah, because it is going to change the probability of all the numbers. So you have to take into account that. There are independent events because it doesn't matter if you have a 5, your other partner don't be. It is not necessary that it had affected him. The probability of cheating is for 3.02%, and it has its probability formula, that it is the probability of Q, that it is equal n combined Q 1/6 rise to the power of Q multiplied 5/6 rise to the n minus Q, where Q is a number between 1 to 6, and n is the total of number of dice. The last game is the poker, but it is impressionant because the probability of cheating of poker is 0%. Why? Because they are going to play with the table, so you can you don't know which cards has the other players, so it is impossible to make counts and all of that. But there is a variant of the poker that you can make cheat. That is the 3-card poker, because there are 3 persons playing versus the house. Okay, this is my reference, and like you could see, the idea of cheating in casinos is to counting what do you have in the table. So thank you very much. Thank you.